What up? This is Liberator, episode 6. It's me, and we got our boy Eric Mateos here. Eric, what's up?
What's up, man?
Not much. How'd that intro
Looking a
look?
little,
Did it work on your end or was it black?
it looked a little frozen, honestly.
Yeah, I had it all queued up and then something happened. Finally tuned in on time, Carlos says. Well, we were about 5 minutes late. I'm not going to call out names or anything, but it worked out for the most part, besides the intro froze. Maybe we'll play that for you again. Lupe Ramirez. Ali says, this is interesting. Let's see. This is going to be your final chance, since we're now in April, to win that giveaway $100 Visa gift card. If you did our pin post on our Facebook page, that's you entering once. If you watched any of our shows within that time frame and guessed the magic word, which is baller, within the first 5 minutes of the show, then that means that you're not just entered once, but twice for just that show. And if you watch the next show, twice again, and then it's counting. So you can continue to enter those chances, gain those odds to win. So let's go ahead and how am I gonna take this off so we can see you? What's up? There you are.
Hey,
Eric is a baller. He's always fashionably late, it seems.
these last two
but
times.
but that's okay. Okay, it's either he's late or he just doesn't show up.
Oh,
So let's go ahead. Let me double check something before we get into the show. I wanted to see if this will work this time for you guys. Nothing.
I hear the music, but it just stayed on want.
Yeah, I had it working, but now it's not. That's okay. You guys, it was just a promo for the Visa giveaway. We'll try it again towards the end if we get the chance. But let's go ahead and talk about a little bit what we're talking about. And that's about what we've been dealing with for over a year now, and that's COVID-19, the coronavirus. Um,
Kung flu.
well, Eric, let's not get people offended here. But yeah, we've been ongoing this, whether we like it or not, for some time now, whether it's dealing with social time with friends or your work, it impacts everything. One
Going to
thing
the
that we
store.
going to the store, my daughter, she's barely turned 3, and this is all she knows is this life of wearing a mask, you know? Let's see. Let's see. The comments are coming in. Take the this is a good one. Take the Eagles hat off. I agree.
fly,
He should
fly, Eagles,
do
fly.
that.
I couldn't comb my
But
hair, so I have to have it on.
if you could see on the corner of me, I have a little Cowboys helmet. Go Cowboys! And then I also, just to mention the baller giveaway for that Visa $100 Visa gift card. We got some tickets in here. Is your name on those? We'll see. But yeah, going back to the mandate, states are starting to lift that, and we live in Utah. Here in Utah, it's gonna, after this weekend, it's the masks are going away. Now that doesn't mean that you can't wear your mask if you don't want to, or vice versa. It just means it's not
We're
mandatory.
free now. We're free again.
Talk about a little bit about the virus, Eric, where it's taking us, maybe at a personal level, a professional level, with your job, with a business. Just a little bit about how you think it's impacted everybody, and we like to hear the comments too.
Well, it's been a roller coaster of a ride. Because at first, we saw the signs in China and people were really scared and nervous about it, but they didn't really think much of it. Thought maybe it's going to be another Ebola type thing where nothing happens. Then all of a sudden, it starts spreading throughout Europe and Italy, and you start seeing some pretty scary images of people getting locked down, police keeping people inside. Then it finally hits the U.S. and cities start to shut down, and that's when personally I got nervous. It's like when I started seeing cities shut down and the NBA shut down. After that, it took over the whole world, and the whole world shut down. And it was if everyone, you people remember, it was supposed to be a 2 week slow the spread type of thing, and then we're still here trying to slow the spread. 300 plus uh, days later, but now some states are tired of it, or they're seeing the numbers go down, so they're opening back up. Uh, no more masks. Vaccines are rolling through. What else? They're still trying to scare us, saying that there's going to be a fourth wave, even though it feels like it's just been one wave the whole time. But that's been their excuse to keep us shut down. Uh, Obviously, social distancing, uh, having to wear a mask at work everywhere you go, even sometimes outside, which is kind of odd, but whatever. But yeah, it's been impactful, and I see it a lot with the kids mainly. Like same with my baby brother. Even in the car, he wants to wear his mask. I don't. I guess even during recess, they have to wear masks. It's kind of disturbing.
One of the comments from Trevor, he says that he's considered one of a long hauler. He had it in November and he still has symptoms. Trevor, if you want to comment back, let us know what those symptoms are. It's different from other people. Personal experience, I've gotten COVID as well. I actually got it when President Trump got it that week. And mine wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I mean, I get it. You want to respect others and you want to protect others that are most vulnerable, and everybody is a little different. Out of personal experience, from what I've seen, anyways, um, I mean, this has been something that has impacted people on all aspects and levels. Uh, it's not just getting sick and being sick and staying home. There's so much more to it. On a personal level, when I got it, uh, I wasn't so much worried about having the virus because it wasn't as bad of an experience for me. Like, yeah, I lost my taste and smell for like maybe 1 or 2 days, and then it came back. It was trying to get back to work because some companies are fortunate enough to where it's like, okay, you're sick. This is a virus we know nothing about. Stay home. We'll pay you. And then there's other companies that they don't pay you. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I got to live. Who's going to pay my mortgage? Are you going to pay my mortgage? Uh,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
a tempting borderline of I want to keep others safe, but at the same time, I kind of want to work because if I don't, then I'm going to be living under a rock or in a box. And that's what I mean by the government. The government exists for a reason, right? So do they should be doing their part to helping us more when it comes to resources, especially if they make it a mandatory deal. I can't go to work because I have COVID. I have the virus. So what? Are you going to pay me to stay home? Because if I have no choice to and I can't work, how am I going to pay for, the bills, utilities, my mortgage? And that was just at a personal level when it came to the business side. Now, when we talk about businesses, and I want to talk about like the big companies, like let's be honest, they all capitalized on this situation, all of them. Yes, maybe little businesses did, especially people in the dining industry, like waitresses and services, servers where they don't have paid time off. And for
I
one,
think you got to be more
they didn't even
specific.
have a job because nothing was open. You know what I mean?
I think I think you got to be a little more specific. Is the big corporations that benefited from this? 'Cause the smaller
I'm,
businesses really didn't.
did you say smaller businesses do?
No, no, the corporations benefited from this, not regular smaller businesses.
That's what I
Corporations
mean
did.
by the bigger companies.
Okay.
But that was just like a personal sense of I got it. I want to keep people safe. But if it has to do with me surviving and paying my rent or going to work with it, like I'm not saying that's what I did because I didn't. I stayed home and luckily I had enough vacation time to cover it. But what if I didn't have that? What if my sick days were gone, which they were pretty much gone? What do people do? They're relying on the government because the government is telling you that they have to do this. And
Yeah,
so it's hard.
not only that. Yeah, not only that, the mass printing of money that we've been seeing this past year. It's it's a big spike, and it's something that we have never really seen, at least to this level, which is kind of scary if you include inflation and the value of the dollar, plus other stuff getting in the way, uh, shortages of all types of ways, food, utilities, just everyday needs, essential needs. So it's been difficult,
No,
and also,
I get that. I was trying to just throw on some like vial of Corona stuff, but it looks like we're running a little low on our internet stance, I believe,
mhm.
as it's frozen on your end, right?
Yeah,
Oh, there it goes.
okay, now it's moving.
Okay, well that's good. We can keep it like this and just talk over it. But yeah, there- and now we're to the point where people are getting vaccinated, especially the ones that need it the most, and hopefully this is a standing point to move forward. Let's go back to one of our comments. With Trevor, he mentions he still can't smell or taste. So, like I said, it's different for
Oh
everybody,
wow.
um, and that's crazy. But hey, like it, that's what it comes down to me. It's is part of me wants more government, and when I say more government, I mean I want the government to step up with the resources it already has and help the working class. And a part of me just doesn't trust the government because they don't do enough. You know,
Or they just talk to you nicely and then don't do nothing about it.
uh, any of our followers, viewers that are watching right now, did you get the coronavirus? What was your experience? And also, how was work? Did your work treat you right? Were you okay? Um, those are things we'd like to know. I know that the government did pass that Patriot or not Patriot, sorry, the CARES Act, uh, where companies could opt in to take this and give their employees, that sick time off, and then they would be reimbursed at the end of the year. But again, that was for companies. They had the choice to either opt in or opt out. So, um,
Yeah,
but
I've
for
been seeing that a
Utah,
lot.
go ahead.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing that a lot. A lot of people are demanding it. Other people, denying it or don't really care much for it. But I see the big demand for it, and people want to get the shot as soon as possible. And understandable, they spend a whole year scaring us with numbers every day, being the headline news for a whole year, pretty much. It strikes fear into a lot of people.
Hyro says, I would rather get Corona before I get the vaccine. Never trusted what is in those flu shots, quote unquote. Um, it is at its, you know, like I said, I feel like you got to respect others for one, and we need to make sure everybody's okay. And that's why I feel like if you're going to get the vaccine, great. If you're not, try to stay safe, whatever. Um, CARES Act is mainly small businesses. Trevor, I got two jobs. My part-time job actually works in the medical field, and it's big. Like it's huge. I think net worth it was like $15 billion, and most companies they're worth so much, but they have so much debt, and this company has no debt. And I'm still am a part-time worker at this other job, and no questions asked, I was taken care of over there. So I'm not quite sure what it does. I think all companies could have opted in on that. But if now let's get into really Utah, those that live in Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah. And it seems like it really started with our state with the whole Utah Jazz
Oh
and
yeah,
Rudy Gobert, you
Thank
know,
Rudy Gobert for it.
that literally shut down sports and basically the world, I feel like.
Yeah, that's what it did, and it wasn't at first. It wasn't supposed to be that way, but it all was like a domino effect. Everything started falling down, started with a big ripple effect, hurting everyone from businesses to just everyday living, uh, and to now to where it could affect the third world countries even worse. I mean, we're doing okay, but once the third world hurts, it's we're like the last ones to at the at the narrow part of the pool. So we got to be careful what happens. Also, uh, I mean, you kind of see how it's affecting this whole immigration crisis now too, with what's going on. They have nothing left back at their own home country, so they're all trying to come here. So it's a big issue, and it's looking pretty difficult right now.
And if we talk a little bit about what's going on here in Utah, we can talk. Is the light at the end of the tunnel? Is it here? Um, by the end of this week, mask mandates, the whole mask mandate will have ended. It's not going to be extended, although in some, I guess, with like county buildings and government buildings, you'll be required to wear them. So, what does that mean for people that are on both sides? That, oh, we should be keeping masks. We need to keep this in control. And then other people on the other side saying, no, it's our freedom. We need to move on. Businesses are suffering. Um, what I would say to that is, well, it's not extended, but that doesn't mean you can't wear your mask. If you want to continue to wear your mask, you can continue to wear your mask. If a business wants their customers to walk in and continue to wear their mask, that's their right to do that. So in a sense, yes, it's not extended, but at least there's still that option. What you can do what you want to do, and I can do what I want to do, and hopefully everybody can still stay safe in the meantime of it all. So
And yeah, I think it should be. I mean, a lot of people, regardless, they get together with family and meet up with each other, and you kind of see it with like gas stations. They don't really care. Uh, but yeah, I think we'll see even amount of companies that will still require it, and that's fine. I mean, you always have different options. Luckily, we have a bunch of options to pick from. Go somewhere else, and if you prefer, somewhere where they do give you that mask requirement, you can go there just to feel safe or stay safe. Just like there's, I believe I saw this new thing that they're doing where they're going to be putting signs outside of the stores saying that they're uh, complying with all the safety regulations and their employees will all be vaccinated or something like that. Pretty much like this whole introduction to the whole vaccine passport stuff. We'll see how it uh, benefits us or how it's gonna affect everyday living now with all these weird regulations that they're trying to push.
and a little bit of it kind of goes into there's news, and I know a little bit about it. Eric, I think you know a little more on it. Is with leaving the country when it comes to, I guess, passport vaccinations.
Yeah, it's not only just to leave the country; it's like even going to different states. I believe New York, they're kind of already trying to implement it more than other states. But there's other states that are kind of rebelling against it, like Florida and Texas have already passed executive orders saying that no, we're not going to accept this whole vaccine passport stuff. And I mean, you never know what's going to happen after that, though, because once that certain governor leaves and another one comes in, they're going to remove that executive order and implement their own rules, or maybe continue it to keep going. It is a little weird, a little scary. I mean, this doesn't just affect uh, you having vaccination, but they're going to require your not only your information but your health history, and this could even go into like financially hit you. Like the only way you could pay is through that vaccine passport. So this is kind of a weird uh, position that we're in right now. It's fully not fully detailed, but there's some weird stuff going on, and we'll see what they try to pass or what they try to get through with this whole vaccine passport stuff. Also, some
Okay.
not all countries are requiring it. Uh, Canada seems kind of strict right now about it. Mexico doesn't seem too strict so far for now, but to enter back to the country, they still want to test you, and if you do hit positive, you're gonna have to uh, pretty much quarantine for 2 weeks and stuff, and that obviously affects everything.
So you kind of bring up a little bit of a biblical matter, I feel like, where it's like you can't do anything without the mark of the beast, 666, in your wrist or on your forehead. Um, it's crazy to think like that. Um,
It
I've never
is,
been outside of the United States, so I don't know too much on how all that works. I would say, okay, maybe to the extent that's okay because now you're going across the world, and at least for now, that should be a thing. But then again, I don't I don't think I have a stance on it too much. Now, requiring people to have the vaccine to work, that's you're gonna have a lot of angry people if that was a thing.
yeah. So this is where it sucks because you have your one side where they're like, yeah, we should all get the vaccine, or they're trying to require the company to pay for it, and then the company will be like, okay, everyone's getting it, but y'all got to get it. And then the people that don't want it, they don't want to join that stuff, or they don't want to be part of it until maybe it's fully approved instead of just being emergency approved. So people are have the right and or should be correct about being skeptical about this because it's not fully FDA approved yet. So a lot of people are nervous about it still. And we see some side effects and other people having weird responses to the vaccine. But they seem to kind of sweep that under the rug for now. So maybe it's just not try not to scare people, but it is a little nerve wracking.
So Garcia says, Mr. Mateos, Eric, do you think Corona will ever vanish, or is this the new norm?
I
Well,
think it's a little bit of both. I don't think it's gonna leave, but it's we kind of gotta adapt and maybe get the herd immunity, like we've been like the scientists and professionals have been saying, we'll eventually get there. So it's just something we'll have to live with and maybe uh, grow more immune to it and not be as vulnerable to the virus, and maybe get the right immune system to work with it.
so I didn't know this, but I guess, hold on. I didn't know this, but apparently the flu shot, the vaccine, is only 40 or 45% effective. Did you know that?
Well, from the first numbers they were saying it was like 85, then they said 94, then
Well, no, I'm saying the flu. The
the flu
flu,
shot. Yeah,
the flu that's been
I didn't know
around
that.
since ever is only like, I think it's 45% effective. And the
And I believe
corona
that.
COVID virus vaccine shot is 95% effective.
And
So
this is way
yes,
under a
different
year.
strains can, start morphing and mutating, but I mean, that's pretty good for the first shot at it.
Yeah, uh, yeah, and that all depends on how accurate the numbers are. It's still a little nerve wracking because they're how are they testing these numbers if we're like everyone that's getting it is pretty much like the guinea pig right now.
And I don't like to get into too. I mean, I don't want to get too conspiracy theory on you. We like to talk about that too. Maybe we'll start doing that on maybe our other show that will be premiering. But
He holds me back.
I don't hold you back. I feel like because the flu numbers are down now. Why are they down? I honestly feel like the flu shot numbers are down, or the flu numbers. Sorry, not the flu shots. The flu numbers are down because it's actually being placed into the COVID category.
And that,
So
and then they say, oh, these masks are working and stuff. So I was like, okay, maybe it is the mask stuff, and everyone's washing their hands now and not being, dirty. So that all could add to it, but it's kind of
yeah,
weird seeing no flu shots almost.
yeah.
It's
Well, see,
it's a
that's the
little
thing
odd.
though. I get the mask thing helps, but let's be honest. Like to me, I think it's more of the washing the hands. I don't like the mask only goes so far. Like I'm not over there trying to make out with people for one, getting that close. But it's another thing when it's another thing like when you're at work or you're in the car or you're dealing with machinery. It's stuff you touch. Like you don't even notice.
Yeah,
Like you put your hand on the table and you hang out there and then you put it on your pants and then you touch your face. I feel like if you're gonna get the virus, that's how you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it touching
exactly,
things, you
exactly.
know?
Yeah,
So
you
I
can only
mean,
have someone sanitizing stuff for so long until
hmm
someone has to pass something around to someone else.
but
So it's
uh but yeah, Utah, you'll be in for something this after this weekend with being able to see people's smiles, their teeth.
yeah.
They have
Not only
teeth.
that, my only thing too is like I feel like people got comfortable. At least not everyone, but a lot of people got comfortable with their masks, and I think they probably feel more comfortable with their mask on since they don't have to show their face to people.
Oh
So
yeah,
that
people
could
are
be
gonna
that.
be people are gonna have masks off and they're gonna be doing some weird things because they're gonna think that their mask is on. You know what
Not
I
only
mean?
that, but even the people that have it on, they're like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to be seen in public, so I'll just have this on," and it's
I
gonna
went
look
back to
weird.
I went back to a comment because I didn't read it. Jairo Hernandez says the problem is the virus didn't kill the amount of people like the government said it would. Honestly, it just put everyone into a scare, crippled the American people, and gave the government a lever in our ongoing political struggle. You
Nice.
want to
I
get
like
into some conspiracies there, huh, Hyro? It was kind
that.
of funny that a vaccine was found, 2 weeks after elections was over. But I mean, coincidence or not?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll bring back some our conspiracy stuff that we used to do on our other show.
And not only
So,
that though, like certain vaccines, you have to get multiple ones. Now they're saying the second one for, believe the Moderna one, is the second one's only gonna last for 6 months. So does that mean we're gonna have to get a third one? And how long is that third one gonna last? Is that gonna last another 6 months or a year? We're gonna have to go for a fourth one. So it seems like these shots, like they're gonna keep on going until who knows what they decide to do, or what's going to be the real solution, because this only seems like a temporary solution. Maybe, yeah, it's 95% effective, but it only lasts for so long. So that's kind of suspect as well.
all right. Garcia says, Mr. Valdez, personally, do you feel the vaccine should be enforced on everyone? No, I don't. And that's because I don't know. I don't. To me, it should be just be your choice. Like you should still respect other people. Like when I caught it and had it, it made me respect and like kind of look out for other people more. It's like okay, well, even though I feel a certain way, they feel a different way. So I'm gonna wear my mask and be respectful in that sense, unless they tell me otherwise. When it comes to the vaccine, I feel like it's the same thing. I don't think it should just be forced upon everybody. I think it would be different if this was Resident Evil and there was apocalypse happening. I guarantee you wouldn't have to force anybody to get it. You know what I mean? People would be crawling and you know coming from all parts of the world to get the ding thing. So, in my opinion, no, and that's why I feel like it will never go to that extent. And if somehow it does, you're gonna have a lot of angry people about
Mhm.
that whole situation and that whole thing. Like it's just making things mandatory is tough. If you're going to make things mandatory, then you need to give something back because now you're making them forcefully rely on you, which is the government. That's what I
Right.
personally
So
believe.
we don't want to get to that level either. So I mean, you can't deny the numbers either. We've seen people recover from it. Healthy people are perfectly fine. They don't really need it. It's just like we said earlier. It's the vulnerable, the people with pre-existing conditions. It's not affecting everyone the same way. So whoever is truly scared or whoever truly needs it should get it, but should it be forced upon everyone to get it? If you know
All
what I
right.
mean.
Trevor says it's just a yearly, like a flu shot. I'm not sure about that, actually, Trevor. I'm not, but maybe it
Nah,
is.
they're trying to shove this down our throats from what it looks like, especially with this whole, like we said earlier, the whole vaccine passport stuff. Seems a little too much, a little extreme, but I don't know. We got to keep rolling through. Can't keep keeping us locked down and having us rely on the government to tell us what to do every day. Sometimes you got to make up your own mind.
Hey, just a quick little update on things. This week is the final week. So, on this episode, and then on Friday's episode of the No Knowledge podcast, you have a chance to still win that $100 Visa gift card giveaway by either doing the option one, which would be finding that pin post on our Facebook page and following the rules, or doing the option two, watching these shows, whether it's this show or other shows, and more shows to come. And, getting the lucky word or the magic word baller, as well as we'll continue to do these giveaways. And we will also be doing the announcement on our original show, the crossover show, which will air sometime this month. So if you want to win, get yourself entered now, and be sure to watch that show when it premieres, because if you don't reach out and claim your prize, then you don't win. Simple as that. Um, we talked a lot of coronavirus. We talked a lot about the mask mandate that is going to be ending, at least here in Utah, here soon. Maybe sports will open back up, recreational sports and such. Restaurants will get back to it if they haven't already closed down. Just crazy, crazy 2020, and who knows what 2021 holds for us.
Yeah, a whole lot of other issues. It's just pretty much what happens, and especially with the open states already, like Texas and Florida, and another state that never closed was North Dakota, I believe. They never closed down, I believe,
Hmm.
and they seem to be doing just fine. And that's a cold area too, so I mean, it's a smaller population as well, but they seem to be doing just fine.
So we can wind things. I mean, we got a few more minutes left. Eric, you brought this to my attention, and we'll go ahead and play it real quick before we talk about it.
Okay.
So here we go.
You would wake up some mornings, I shouldn't even say some mornings because you slept for like 15 minutes at a time,
Yeah.
and be looking for crack and just smoke whatever was there?
Yeah, I spent more time on my hands and knees, picking through rugs, smoking anything that even remotely resembled crack cocaine. I probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than anyone that you know, I'm sure, Tracy.
Because there'd be crumbs mixed in, and you just...
Yeah. I mean, I went one time for 13 days without sleeping and smoking crack and drinking vodka exclusively throughout that entire time.
Wow.
Oh,
I
the
didn't.
Russian drink preference, huh?
Yeah. Well, if you're drinking vodka straight like that, you better be Russian, because if you're not, you're probably an alcoholic. But
That or he's he got a free vodka from his Russian buddies.
okay, I see where you're getting there. But anyways, that's probably not funny that we showed that, but Eric kind of likes to
It's
be on
not
the edge.
it's not that though. It's because of the how they tried hiding it from during the elections. And then all of a sudden now he comes out and he's writing a book and everyone needs to feel bad for him. and like act like nothing happened when a lot of stuff got leaked from that laptop, and he seems like to get no punishment out of it, which is
Oh yeah, no.
sad and odd, but it's what happens when you're government royalty. I mean,
And and now we hear nothing about it. I mean,
yeah,
that's something to also bring up. What happened with that laptop? Why are we criminalizing people like Julian Assange and Snowden? That could be something we talk about a little more right here on the Liberator.
yeah,
But
it makes no sense. I mean, they exposed war crimes, and this guy does nothing really other than uh, do drugs and pretty much have sex with hookers and stuff. So it's very odd, but very unfortunate. But they're trying to make a they're trying to make him look like he was a victim when he kind of really wasn't. I mean, he was making big money because of his dad, and now he's our president, and now he's pretty much a free man. I don't. It seems like he's gonna get off with no punishment or anything like that at all. Which I don't know. I mean, depends on how you look at it, and plus all the other stuff that they censored from that laptop that didn't get leaked.
well, we've come to an end, but I want to emphasize that follow our page. Good stuff, keeps you updated. But also, we have other shows besides this one. If you're not into politics, be sure to catch the No Knowledge podcast, same time, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. They talk UFC, MMA, and really whatever comes to mind after that. 7 o'clock with Jose Avalos and Danny. I don't know Danny's last name, but Danny and Eric sometimes joins them. We also have, huh? Yeah, Eric's
Sometimes.
been there. Yeah, Eric, you've been there. You've been there. Another thing is the crossover show. What is the crossover show? Well, if you've been a true follower since the beginning, this was one of our original shows. It was the show of all shows. It was basically 20 minutes long, 15 to 20 minutes long, but it had all of our shows into one. So we had sports, we had video games, we had movies, we had politics, we had conspiracies, we had it all. That'll be making a premiere this month, and I'll also be announcing the giveaway winner. And again, to win, you must claim. If we call your number in your name, you must still claim that you are the winner. So you have to watch the show. We're doing a few different things with this show. We're making it a little smaller. We're going to make it interactive with our other shows, and we're also going to shorten it a little bit and go into the future with some 4K, hopefully 4K video. But yeah, just follow that and continue to follow us. mcetv.net is our newly built website. That's going to be our source for you. You can find articles. You can find, I guess we could just show them right now, right, Eric? We could just show.
I think you
before
gave
we,
us a sneak peek last time too.
yeah, let's do that. Let me go to, how do I do this screen thing? Let me show you guys. But yeah, the crossover show is great. Eric's been doing it with me since the beginning, back in 2016. So, I mean, it has definitely been a while. I don't know where time has gone, but let's see. So if I do this, do you see my screen?
I just see the crossover show still.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
You click on the tab, I believe.
So here we go. I'm going to make this like that. And I'm going to type in mcetv.net. We'll click on that. You seen that okay, Eric?
Yep.
Okay. And then here we go with this. So when you first get onto the page, it'll say become a patron. Well, what is a patron? I mean, it's basically contribution to help us run our platform, our operations. You can donate anything from just as little as $1 if you'd like. I mean, we would appreciate anything, whether it's during the show, after the show. You can also get involved with the little categories we have. If you don't donate so much, you can earn this or earn that, or donate this much, and we'll always enter you into our giveaways without you even trying, because we can go to find out. If you go to find out, it gives you those contributions. $10 receive a shout out. Always or any amount receive a shout out. $10 you receive a shout out, as well as reserved opportunities to call in on the show, all the way up to $100. So that's pretty cool. So if we go to our home by clicking just the little MCE logo, you'll see plugging you into everything that matters. An alternative source for your news, along with crossing you over into geek culture, entertainment, and the sporting world. Plugging you into all the latest trends, hottest tech, spills on everything sports, video games, music, and more. And then it'll show our latest episodes, and then also our latest giveaways. And then one of our big things, so here's our shows. On Friday, if you guys want to watch the No Knowledge podcast, you can also go check out the other episodes. And then you saw the Liberator and then the crossover show. So we go to the crossover show. If you guys remember these, we had the cool green screen and everything in the back.
Yeah.
Real old school. We had sheets in the
Black
back.
screen. Yeah.
Oh, that would be a good one to bring up. Electric cars. The EV industry.
Trying to go electric everything now. So
yep. We go to our MCE team. You can see that Eric is lame and hasn't put anything on his yet. Our partners. So we're building up these partners. And then we have extras, as well as this is the good stuff right here. You click on feed. This is our articles. So these are the things that we want you guys to be looking at. The most recent one was from yesterday. LG calls it quits on smartphones. So you click on that and it goes to the article. What's going on with LG? Well, they're not going to make cell phones anymore. They're going to start contributing or put more of their efforts into, I guess, business technology, which is insane because I remember I loved LG back in the day. I had all three. I didn't have the chocolate, but I had the two phones. And then if it's related to our show, you can click on right here. It's related to the crossover. You can click on that and it'll take you to those shows. But yeah, this is our website. And if you click right here, interact with us live, it'll actually take you to us live. So right now we're live. So I think, let's see what it does. Oh, look at that. So it's doing us
hyperlink
live
to
right
the YouTube. Nice.
Yep, it hyperlinks, and now you're watching us. And so I'm going to exit out of this now. Oh, there's that. And that's our software. But yeah, so everybody, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and look at the comments one more time before we end the show. That way we can end it right. We had some good timing. And then there's ours, Liberator, Wednesdays at 7 Mountain Standard Time.
Let me give a good shout out to Carlos Garcia. He's asking for one. And what's up? Shout out to you. Love you. You know that.
Nice.
Say
Thank you guys so much.
For me.
What's that, Eric?
I said, say hi to the twins for me.
But thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to go ahead and let you go. Until next time, watch us next week, same time. And if you have time, which I hope you do, to win, your last chance to win that giveaway is to watch the No Knowledge podcast this Friday at 7 p.m. Thanks again, guys.
Peace.